I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at the Despicable Deadpool issue number 299 and 300 as Gerry Duggan readies his final swan song for the Merc with the Mouth. The question becomes, who is Wade a bigger danger to himself or those around him? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So then, as we join the comic, Captain America tries to hunt down an old S.H.I.E.L.D. tech in hopes that rebuilding the Preston LMD will get Deadpool to see sense. The Star-Spangled Man better hurry though if he wants that plan to work, because Deadpool's already getting ready to go nuclear on the rest of the superhero community. You see, Maria Hill has set up a task force to bring him in for the murder of Coulson. Again, why anyone, especially those in the superhero community, would trust Maria Hill at this point is absolutely beyond me, but Deadpool manages to infiltrate the group by dressing up as Hawkeye. The real Hawkeye ends up catching him, and this ends up leading to a big fight between Wade Clint as well as Kate Bishop. This is fun too, there's a lot of continuity at play here. You'll recall Duggan actually wrote the Deadpool vs. Hawkeye miniseries, and it's been a long-running gag through Duggan's 5-year series that Deadpool and Hawkeye are actually kind of begrudging friends. In fact, it's for all those reasons and more, Deadpool is kind of angrier at Hawkeye than he is anyone else in the superhero community that's forsaken him. You'll recall Deadpool had a chance to turn in Hawkeye's rebel resistance during Secret Wars, but he didn't. Why Deadpool even visited Hawkeye in jail after killing the Hulk. That's what makes Wade so sad, that even after everything he did for the Archer, when the tables were turned and they were after him for the murder of Coulson, no one bothered to ask Deadpool his side of things. It's also heavily implied that Maria Hill is kind of muddying the waters around how Coulson actually died, as well as taking all the credit for the good work that Deadpool did during the Secret Empire. What's made abundantly clear though is that one way or another, Deadpool is going down for that particular crime. Now, word of everything that's happening on Earth eventually reaches the ears of Agent Adset, one of the original S.H.I.E.L.D. agents who was overseeing Deadpool when this whole thing started. He hears about Wade being involved in the death of Preston and Coulson, and because of that vows to go to Earth with a bunch of Nova weaponry to finish this fight himself. Speaking of Preston, Captain America's gamble pays off. They're able to put Preston's LMD body back together again. Cap says he would absolutely understand if she just wanted to return to his family, but he figures that because she started this with Deadpool, it's only right that she help him finish it. And with that, we finally head on into the big 300th issue. It seems that no matter what he does, the guilt-racked Deadpool just can't die. The supervillains couldn't do the job, and now it seems like the heroes can't do the job either. With no options left, Deadpool decides to escalate things one final time, making use of the alien superweapon he picked up during his last mission in space. He picked it up from one of those Captain Kirk Green Dancer alien women, so you know it's good. It's not a death ray. It doesn't make him invisible or super fast or anything you think an alien superweapon would do. Quite the opposite, it makes him positively disgusting to everyone around him. Not that Deadpool needed much help with that as of recently, but no, he literally makes everyone who comes into contact with him sick. Falcon is first to lose his lunch. The poor champions end up tossing their cookies during their run-in with him. Why, even the great invincible Iron Man is no match for this puke effect. For a second, it seems like Vision being a robot might actually be the perfect person to stop Deadpool, but he ends up getting drowned in a torrent of puke from the new Giant Man. Preston and Captain America show up to the scene far too late, but they know just how desperate Deadpool truly is now to end it all. There's also something of a sweet scene between Cap and Preston when she asks him what exactly did he see in Wade to try and make him an Avenger in the first place, and Steve fires back by saying the exact same thing Preston saw in him. They saw the real Wade, if only for a minute. Deadpool, as we discover, is making a beeline to New Jersey, where Dr. Butler had one of his old labs set up. On the way, he ends up carjacking none other than the writer himself, Gerry Duggan. To which Deadpool very wonderfully breaks the fourth wall and says, "Oh, we're doing a Grant Morrison Animal Man thing, huh? Isn't that a little tacky every time it's done?" Now, what exactly does Deadpool want at one of Butler's old labs? You may recall back when this series started, Butler was drugging Deadpool with mind-erasing drugs and stealing his organs.
friends. Wade figures if he can't escape his own shame and if he can't end his own life, then he'll do the next best thing, completely and utterly wipe his mind so at least it won't bother him anymore. Only this ends up to be not one of those regular mind wipings we see in comics all the time. It's visualized by Deadpool literally walking through his mind through some of the biggest moments of this 5-year run and killing his mind. He blows away becoming good friends with Captain America and Wolverine. He even kills the memory of his own daughter. His final memory actually takes the form of an angel and tells him there's no way anyone will ever love him until he learns to love himself first. Ouch, that's harsh. With this done, the Deadpool crisis is essentially over. Agent Preston is allowed to return to her family, bringing her storyline full circle, and as we discover, destroying Deadpool's own mind actually had some fringe benefits to it. He is now no longer legally able to stand trial for the murder of Coulson and gets locked up in a loony bin. He stays there catatonic for a little bit until another crazy guy is brought in, get this, wearing Deadpool's old costume from when he was first created, back when it looked more like pajamas. This proves to be exactly what Deadpool needed to rouse himself awake. He steals the costume before fighting his way past all the doctors and orderlies who, oh, would you look at that, look exactly like Marvel's editorial staff. As the comic ends, Deadpool runs out in the street ready to begin a fresh start, if you would, for Wade. And that was the big finale of Gerry Duggan's Deadpool, everybody, and overall the ending was fittingly bittersweet, would you not agree? While the last 2 volumes to get here were a bit of a rocky road, I think Despicable Deadpool ultimately does stick the landing and offer a nice little love letter to the run that was and the fans who have stuck with it this whole time. There's something so wonderfully and joyously meta to me about this idea of Deadpool literally resetting and retconning his own mind to bring himself into the newest run. It's like, usually heroes come down with a case of amnesia anyway when new writers take over, especially after long periods of this time. The only difference is for Deadpool, this was a choice he made. Is it sad to see him forget his new friends and family and all the progress he made along the way in the last 5 real-world years? Absolutely, that's the point. He just didn't lose his mind this time, he willingly threw it all away because he couldn't handle it. And yet, even in his self-destructive state, he did ultimately force Captain America to fix Agent Preston, the woman who served as his conscience for the majority of this run. While maybe not a perfect finale, it's a finale I definitely enjoyed. Together, I would give these final 2 issues a 9 out of 10. So that's Deadpool, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, be sure to take a closer look at some of these other videos I've been working on. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at CapeJoel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you liked the video and are feeling in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. And until next time, everyone, this has been CapeJoel. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.